And I can tell you, I'm back with part 2. Earlier on, he was just missing other cars. Just the driver, he was driving, just behaving extremely erratically. Now calmed down at 65, 70 miles an hour. Any civilians or law enforcement or even themselves or the suspect, because they're not involved right now. They're not trying to be a hero. They're just doing their own thing, keep it moving. They're staying in their own lane. And now the suspect gets off the freeway once again, 3 times now, doing some circles back and forth. This pursuit has been going on for about 20 minutes since this pursuit has been going on for about 20 minutes since the police started this chase. We see this suspect gets off the freeway at times, going at 70 miles an hour. They are in tracking mode at that daytime. This pursuit, law enforcement and civilians back off this person because they give the suspects a little bit of room. We see the driver being followed and monitored overhead by the police and the news helicopters. Likely any lights or sirens. In your fastest CHP car. This is where they're going into the tracking mode and hope that encourage this driver to slow down a little bit. Maybe ratchet down the intensity of this pursuit. Hopefully, maybe believe that there is no one else chasing him. That they may give up. That is what CHP will factor in their ground units. And I can tell you right now, that driver picking up speed at 50 miles an hour, lights and sirens when you see somebody, when you pick up the pursuit, going to catch bad guys in a high-speed chase like a robbery or shooting an officer or carjacking. That's 5 stars. When they follow you for at least for a good long period of time, long period of time, and you see the driver eventually going into these construction zones, slowing down a little bit, see what happens there. These are the situations that making it very different, very concerning for those people. And now see how he tries to maneuver through the traffic. Now he's on South Atlantic, he's been on the roads in East LA over in the South Gate area for the last 20 minutes or so. Once again, he's been driving slow for the last, I will say it again, for the last 20 minutes or so since they've started this chase. This is the kind of behavior that we're stating. This is a learned behavior. The erratic driver that's speeding up at 55 miles an hour. No lights and sirens behind this driver. This driver seems to be completely impatient when it comes to traffic and attempts to go around cars. So pushing things too far, taking things too far. They're probably unaware that this driver was wanted in a pursuit. But these kinds of things, it's going to be more and more data for CHP commanders to keep up. Because even though they're determined how aggressive, they're going to put this to an end. And oh my God, aggressiveness. You see, you gotta be, thank goodness they stopped the brakes. So when you see the pursuit suspect driving slow, it means, even though when it's a green light, for example, just because it's a green light, that doesn't mean you go T-bone them. You gotta stop right there and wait for the pursuit to go by. And that was a close call right now. And now he's stopping at the gas station. Perhaps he needs gas because he's running low on fuel. Now it's coming into a play here. Hopefully they're gonna see if the CHP comes and gets involved really quickly. There's a little damage to that car. Driver's side door is closed. They're not going to surrender or get out. They're not picking up speeds. Going at least 20 to 30 miles an hour. Driving very calmly. And I can tell you, not enough time for CHP units to pull up. And then they're going to have time, if they take the driver into custody, they're going to ask him why he was running for, why he ran for the police. They're on 55th, 57th Street eastbound, and the quick reaction of the driver, dark-colored car, had hard brakes, avoided that T-bone accident. Once again, I know for a fact that he may have gone out to that check side. We've seen the driver close calls, driving very erratically in that matter, because when sometimes some suspects do drive very erratically in an aggressive manner, or they drive very calmly on a high speed, on a normal cruising speed chase, when they do a spike strip, or when you speed up and the ground units pick up the speed. When I report from the live stream, I tell my viewers, hey, thanks for tuning in, and we know what's important. Because when there's a pursuit notification going on and on, because I have to deal with police chase live streaming notifications. It just seems to that point that he doesn't stop like that. How much time does the suspect have to react? It's a collision safety technology systems featured in the 2020 Toyota Corolla. 2020 Toyota Corolla. My grandma had that car. The red one, 2016 Toyota Corolla, and the 2020 Toyota Corolla during the pandemic, and then several years later, the pandemic was continuing, and the pandemic is over now. The pandemic is gone. The coronavirus is over and done with. Thank goodness we didn't have to deal with the pandemic. Ever since when I was a teenager, we had to do school meetings on Zooms and all of that when I was in another state. And I'm not going to reveal that, all of this kind of stuff. And then I had to go to high school in 9th grade for remote learning because due to that coronavirus pandemic in 2021. And then several years later in 2022, 2023, 2024, the pandemic was there a little bit, but the pandemic was gone. It's gone now. Thank goodness we don't have to deal with the coronavirus no more. Thank goodness, no coronavirus, none of that, no pandemic. It's gone. Baby, we're free from that. But we can, they have anything, information of that car. Let the CHP units, the helicopter, track overhead, and let's keep concentrating. Let's continue concentrating on the police chase. Keep getting off topic because they got a viewer name. They said they made a U-turn right in front of my home, and now they've watched this live, and they know this is a very real situation where people are encountering this pursuit in and out, and it's very dangerous. They should stay inside. You don't try to be a hero. You don't try to get involved with your cell phones, taking a picture, and we know for the fact that driver turning right onto River Drive, now next to that Creek Road, and now he's turning in, getting out of the car. This pursuit went on for about 25 to 30 minutes. This pursuit went on for about 25 to 30 minutes. This pursuit went on for about 25 minutes since the police started this chase. Now it went on for about 25 to 30 minutes since they have started this chase. We know he's heading home. He's home, and now he gets the impression perhaps this person may be living in here. Yeah, the dogs also the gate open for this driver to come in that home. Likely could be at least probably that's associated with the driver. It's the driver home. It's the driver's. Notice the suspect's home. Thank goodness no CHP units behind. No CHP units.
Realize there's not going to be enough time for him to be able to get gas and keep going. That's why maybe he decided to go home. So that definitely looks like it's home. You're seeing video from just a few minutes ago right here on the right side of your screen from earlier. Again, just maybe 2-3 minutes ago, where it looks like he approached his house. There's some dogs inside. It looks like he left some sort of backpack.
That was like a dog toy.
Or dog toy outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
But to your point, I've actually had 2 people text the desk, and I agree with them. Both Stephanie and Brent texted the desk. Viewers out there, and I did see it. I don't know if we can roll it back. It appears just about 10 minutes ago that this driver threw something out of the window. I thought I saw it too. Our viewers caught it as well. It looked like a black object was thrown out of the window. It's unclear if CHP officers were able to retrieve that item. Don't know what it was. But that did happen. And so a couple of people have texted us here at the desk at that number, 818-221-2222.
Okay, I don't want to do that as well with that phone number. No, there you go.
We're still not seeing any law enforcement approaching this house yet, but the CHP air unit is still overhead. I see them circling here, CHP 58, and they are communicating right now with their dispatch about this. So I'm going to try and get some more information from the scanner about whether or not there are any ground units nearby here.
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible. Or vibe coding meets drag and drop freedom. We'll see about that. Alright, let me try to make up a site to sell some, like, theoretical Sambucha kombucha. Make me a site of that Sambucha kombucha. Make it look nice and pretty and high level.
Okay, and usually, I mean, Mark, at this point, how long did it take for ground units to get there? They know his exact location, and depending on what's happening inside that house.
Yeah, I mean, it depends upon how close the closest unit was. If they were a few minutes away, that's a rooster. Okay, that was not on my video card for today's pursuit to have a rooster and a chicken. I was not expecting to see that.
That's
Sky Cow, sometimes you see the strangest things with Sky Cow, but wild rooster and chickens in this
a very wild place pursuit.
But you know that chicken keeping is becoming more popular.
I can see that.
There is the first
there we go.
CHP units now approaching. Now, this is always a delicate situation where CHP is entering in another dangerous, unknown situation. How many people are in the house? How hostile is the suspect going to be? Is this person going to come out? Now they're in a home. Did that allow them access to firearms? This is one of the most dangerous and unpredictable situations that law enforcement can engage in, and we're seeing it unfold right here. So we're seeing at least 2 units, possibly a third, rolling up. Unclear if there's going to be law enforcement here from Maywood also going to assist CHP here, but you can see they're taking a stance. They do have loudspeakers on their car. They very likely will call out to that suspect to come out with their hands up. Hopefully that suspect complies and this does not become a barricade situation. But those officers, they're going to have to also deal with that metal gate, that automated gate that is, right now, I don't think officers can easily approach the front door of that home, even if they wanted to, because it looks like this home is completely gated on all sides.
Also, what I noticed just a few moments ago, it looked like neighbors are home. I saw someone walking out. I don't know if they were taking out the trash bins or anything like that. Oh, and it looks like they're looking at what he dropped outside the vehicle as well. Oh, here, we're looking at that video right here of when he threw something out the window right there. You see it, it's something that, some sort of canister, something that was able to bounce and roll.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Our viewers who texted the desk caught that as well. Many people had texted me to say that they thought they saw something get tossed out the window, and they were exactly correct. Sky Cow was able to catch that. It was very fast. You're right, Amanda. It was very fast, and it did look like something that bounced. But now we're seeing even more law enforcement set up here in this situation. They are, on either side of the street here. It does look like this is an all CHP operation. I don't see any other law enforcement down there, but they are going to be calling that driver out to try and get them out of the house, hopefully peacefully and without any sort of violence. They're going to take that driver into custody. That driver didn't look like they were injured in any way. They went right into that home. But one of the things, again, law enforcement does not know. Are there firearms in the home? Are there more people inside the home? Did the suspect somehow manage to try and get out the back some way? I don't think that's possible because CHP was able to, the CHP helicopter was right overhead. It's a clear day. There's not a lot of obstructions for the CHP helicopter. So hopefully they'll be able to take the suspect into custody.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like on this property that you're able to exit out through the back with that garage back there as well. You can see some neighbors on the side. We've seen them on both sides of this property right here. Dogs still outside. These dogs, when this driver pulled in, completely greeted him. So this must be where this person lives. The man that got out, he looked actually fairly young by his demeanor when he ran out. He looked like he was totally fine. Again, just a gray hoodie, dark black hair. We were not able to really see his face at this point. CHP may have been able to see it earlier. And again, Mark said that there are reports that CHP possibly saw this driver doing some sort of drug use in the car, which might have been what triggered all of this to start. This driver going more than 120 miles per hour on the 710, causing very dangerous conditions for the public. You can see more CHP officers arriving to this situation. I'm assuming at this point they're starting to call out for him.
Yeah, they definitely are. At this point, they probably have made call-outs. CHP officers, again, they have those loudspeakers on their cars. That's very likely what they're using down there. But they're taking that stance that tells us here at the desk that there has been no sign of compliance from anybody in that home. You can see at least one of those officers with a rifle, another one with a rifle there. They do carry those rifles with them in their cars. They are not taking any chances. This driver has shown exceptional propensity to put others in danger. And so that's why they are taking every precaution, and hopefully this driver will surrender. But CHP, it looks like they're preparing for the possibility that this is a barricade situation.
And that's what could be very dangerous. You can see those officers preparing for any type of situation that might happen from this. Again, we don't know if there's anyone else inside that house, what that driver is doing inside, how that person is possibly preparing themselves to confront CHP, who is now all lined up outside from both directions. He's right here along the LA River on River Drive and Fillmore Street, which it looks like it's some sort of home that he belongs to here. That gate opened right up when that driver pulled in just a few moments ago. This all started about 40 minutes ago in the East LA area, going through the San Gabriel area. Mark, any last thoughts on this?
Yeah, well, it started pursuit, reckless driving.
The pursuit started half an hour ago with reckless driving. This pursuit went on for about 35. This pursuit went on for about 35 minutes since they've started this chase. This pursuit went on for about 30 to 40 minutes since they've started this chase. This pursuit went all the way to the southbound 710 freeway, went to the northbound 5 freeway, going close calls, driving very erratically, reckless behavior, out of control. That I can say, you name it. And this driver eventually getting aggressive with the speeds, speeding up 100 miles an hour, wild lane changes, going around construction, being impatient. Now pulled into this home many times. We've seen that 60, 70, 80, 90 to 100 miles an hour. What was he thinking? This suspect eventually didn't care, and for the safety of the bystanders, he could have killed somebody or hurt somebody. Nobody was hurt or killed. Thank goodness it ended peacefully. It ended peacefully. So we're gonna watch this. The whole standoff, that I should say, is box 11. Then I'm going to their channel, and you might see this is what's been on for the last several hours or so. This pursuit went on for the better part of an hour. 45. This pursuit went on for the better part of an hour. 45 minutes since they've started this chase, and they're gonna wait. I want to fast forward a bit. And now we can tell the driver eventually pulled into this gas station. No, pulled into that home. That's his home right there. That's his home. And he's at home, sitting down, chilling. And now we don't know we don't know what they're doing. Now that bystander walking past it. And I can tell you this, the driver eventually speeding up. And now this is what's been on. It came to an end. And now this is why it's gonna come to an end. 4 of them stopping right there. And this is where the suspect eventually came. Now bicyclists coming in to get involved of that pursuit. This pursuit all the way over there. I mean, over there, that came to an end. This pursuit went over there. Now the suspect is coming out, had his hands up. That's the one he was driving earlier on. Now the dog's walking in, and I can tell you, in many cases, all across the country, sometimes there used to be standoffs with police helicopters, news helicopters. When there's a pursuit standoff, after it went on for 2 or 3 hours, if there was a bank robbery suspect, then hopefully we get a notification next time. This suspect had his hands up, Thank goodness they didn't have to come in physically. What is this kid doing? Or what is that individual doing? Taking a video? Now they had him handcuffed, and now he's not going anywhere. And now he's in police custody. He seems to be cooperating. He has not stolen a car. I could tell you it's a male suspect. And there's a motorcycle. That's a motorist of the CHP officer. They're gonna take him into police custody. And we're gonna let you fast forward a bit. Go. Oh my god, there must be a boyfriend and a girlfriend. What is... Got a little hug, and that one cannot be hugged. Cannot hug a girlfriend when he is in handcuffs. Because when I was at school earlier today, I used to talk about boyfriends and girlfriends. If I have a girlfriend or a boyfriend next to me, I would introduce them to my live streaming YouTube channel. And we might say, and they're gonna be my girlfriend and my boyfriend, say, hey guys, this is my girlfriend and my boyfriend, say hi. And I wish that I would introduce them to my YouTube channel. I would introduce them to my live streaming YouTube channel. We can tell you they're hugging. Wow. Hugging. So much dating. I would be out on a date if I was them. Because I would be in love with my girlfriend so much if I have to be in love. Because all of my fans love my YouTube channel, and I could find the right girl my age for me. I could find somebody and date somebody who's at my age, because I love girls. Because I want to say this is what's hard. Wow, 10 CHP units? 10 of them. Ha! Somebody park cars at home. Thank goodness nobody's involved. Alright, anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening. We'll see you guys in the next live streaming video tomorrow. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to my YouTube channel. And I want to thank you guys for being part of this. We'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow. There's gonna be a gang armed suspect SUV tries to outrun the police at 100 miles per hour. That officer had a weapon. Thank goodness no shots were fired during the course of the pursuit. Thank you guys. Have a great night. See you tomorrow. Bye.